Well, good evening, guys. I want to be the first to say congratulations. I want to congratulate you for being in the right place at the right time to change your life financially if you have hoped and prayed for an opportunity to do so. With no further ado, again, I want to welcome you to our financial presentation invitation to create wealth on purpose. My name is Mark Pyers, home-based business tax coach and wealth coach, along with my beautiful wife and business partner, Mrs. Lavita Pyers. We're the CEOs and founders of a system called the Academy of Financial Education, where we share and educate with families around the world. The more you know, the less you owe in taxes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't take anything else away from this presentation, please remember these words. You must get on the right side of the tax code, legally, ethically, and morally. The plantation of taxation will keep you in poverty if you don't understand the rules of money. And so I want to ask you a question. What is your dream lifestyle? Not the lifestyle you're currently living right now, but if you could get money as an issue out of the way, what would your life look like? Is it to have a better job, maybe have a corporate job? Is it to have that beautiful home that you want, not the one that you can afford? Is it raising your family, being able to spend more time with your loved ones, your children? How about this? Some of you just want to live for the weekend. Or are you like myself? You're flat out excited about getting true financial freedom from the current system of debt, what I call a plantation of taxation, and ladies and gentlemen, so many more. And so if you said, Mark, look, I'm excited about getting financially free, you're in the right place at the right time. Here's another question for you. Do you currently have the right vehicle to get you to true financial freedom? Now, here's where I take a step back and ask you a question. What is financial freedom to you? What does that look like? I'll tell you what it looks like to me. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like time freedom. You know, time is the only thing. It is the most valuable asset that we all possess, yet we give it away for pennies on the dollar. Listen to what I'm telling you. Ladies and gentlemen, you could lose $1 million today, and you can find a way to get it back, but you'll never get back the time it took you to earn that $1 million. There's nothing more precious than time. How about this one? Location freedom. Now, I like this one right here, ladies and gentlemen, because most people live close to where they work. And typically, if you have to live in a city because you're employed in the city, you're paying to live in the city. How would you like to be able to live somewhere where you didn't have to pay someone else's child a college tuition to live in a house in the city to be close to the plantation of big corporation? I'm going somewhere with this, okay? How about this one? Debt freedom. The Bible says that my people perish from the lack of knowledge. It goes on to also say that the debtor will become a what? A slave to the lender. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you something. If you ever want to truly be financially free, you got to get out of debt, okay? And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, it takes money freedom to achieve all of those above and anything else that you want to achieve, okay? Money isn't everything, but it's right up there with oxygen. And so let's talk about the old plan that most people are currently using. You know, my parents taught me the same thing that your parents probably taught you, and that was what? Go to school, get a good job, save for retirement so you can retire in your golden years. Well, let me ask you a question. How is that working out for you? Ladies and gentlemen, I've been a tax preparer for over 29 years. See, I have the privilege to see behind the closed doors the dirty laundry of people that you might even know that won't ever share with you the financial devastation that they're going through. I'm going to tell you the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, there is one tax system in the United States of America, but there's two sides, okay? And then there's one side, yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yeah, there's one side for the rich and one side for the poor, and you're close. There's one side for the informed, and there's one side for the uninformed. Remember what I said? The Bible says, my people perish from the lack of knowledge. There's a reason why Donald Trump said not paying taxes makes him smart. He didn't say that he's not helping out the country. He didn't say he pays no taxes. Ladies and gentlemen, he's talking about one category of taxes that you and I control. Unfortunately, it's not taught in the educational system. And so another way that most people try to get by is starting their brick and mortar business. This is a hair salon, maybe a barber, maybe you want to be a landscaper, or maybe you want to be a freelancer, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you right now, in 2020, most people that have started a brick and mortar business will tell you that if they had known what they did not know, that the government can come in and shut their business down. I'm telling you, I cannot imagine being a brick and mortar business owner during this pandemic that we're dealing with. My wife and I, we were just talking about it. I mean, we got the cruise lines totally shut down, right? Casinos are starting to open, but they've lost billions of dollars. We have mom and pop restaurants. You have nail salons. It goes on and on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, the world will never be the same. But we've got a better way, okay? So let's talk about some of the other obstacles and challenges of starting your own brick and mortar business. You have high startup costs. It can be anywhere in the thousands and even in the millions in supplies, inventories, and employees. Complex government regulations and taxes. We talked about that a moment ago. How the government was able to shut down major businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about shutting down the NBA and an NFL, okay? Look, if they can shut down billion-dollar companies just like that, what do you think they will do to a mom and pop's restaurant, right? Okay, how about this? Massive time commitment. I told you, time is the most valuable asset we all have. And then, guys, watch this. High failure rate. Over 90% of new businesses fail in the first 5 years. Let's talk about, starting a McDonald's, okay? This blew me away. It says right here, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just lucky enough to have a few $1 million of liquid cash hanging around, a McDonald's franchise must make the initial investment of $1 million to $2.2 million to get started. The McDonald's franchise will also cost you upfront $45,000 in a franchise fee. Guys, and ongoing service fees equal to 4% of your gross sales. Wow. But it gets even worse than that, ladies and gentlemen. Did you know the average net income for a McDonald's franchise after forking out millions of dollars, the take-home net profit, ladies and gentlemen, is around $150,000 a year. Think about that for a minute. You fork out $1 million to $2.2 million, $45,000 franchise fee. You give up 4% of your gross sales, and you take home $150,000 a year. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a better way, and it's called network marketing. You may or may not be familiar with network marketing, but I want to share with you some of the advantages of operating what we call a home-based business. This is where, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to fork out millions of dollars. In fact, most times you can get started in a home-based business for less than $500. You're going to have training and support systems already in place. See, you're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. You're going to have, again, what I talked about a moment ago, guys, low-risk startup costs, typically less than $500, okay? Easy to start right now, part-time. You don't have to be full-time. You can do it in your spare time. You can work where and when you want. Significant tax advantages. You're going to hear me talk about this over and over and over. If you don't find a way to do as Donald Trump said, get smart and understand that taxation is the penalty for being uninformed about money. High profit potential. Ladies and gentlemen, there are thousands of people that have made hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars in a part-time and full-time network marketing business. This system simply makes sense. How about this one? Residual income, even when you're not working. Now, I want to pause here for a moment and ask you a question. If there were an opportunity for you to earn money while you were sleeping, would you want to know about it? And here's my last question. How many times did your job pay you for the first day that you showed up to go to work? One time, right? Ladies and gentlemen, that's called an accident waiting to happen. See, one of the wealthiest people in the world, Mr. Warren Buffett, worked over $67 billion. Yes, would it be? He says successful people know, and I'm going to add my own part here, informed people know, if you don't find a way to make money while you're asleep, you're going to work until you die. What he meant, ladies and gentlemen, is that we all have 24 hours in a day, and you can only work so many hours. And if your income stops when you stop working, you again, my friend, are an accident waiting to happen. And so, are you in control of your freedom date? I always ask that question. Are you in control of your freedom date? Or is the system in which you bought into in control of your freedom date? Let's take a look. And so the Social Security Administration says that the retirement age is 66 years and 2 months old. Hold on a minute. Whoever said that you wanted someone to tell you when you could get off the plantation of big corporation? So ladies and gentlemen, again, here's the Social Security system saying to you, currently the full benefit age is 66 years and 2 months for people born before 1955. But if you're born after 1955, your retirement age is 67 years old. If you were born from 1960 or later. But it gets even worse than that, ladies and gentlemen. The current life expectancy in 2020 is 78.93 years. Let's go ahead and round that up to 79 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, we've got a better way. I want to talk about the average life cycle that many people go through, because this is what our parents have taught us, unfortunately, because this is what their parents were taught. Watch this, guys. You spend up to 16 plus years training to get a job, right? 12 years going through, maybe Head Start all the way up to the 12th grade, and then another 4 years in college if you're lucky. 16 years preparing for a job to trade your time for 40 hours a week, for 40 years of your life, to retire on 40% of what you couldn't live on when you had a full-time job, ladies and gentlemen. To lose 37% of your income, or up to 37% of your income, because of federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security taxes, and Medicare taxes, and no one taught you that in school. Okay? And now you get to retire at age 66 if you were born before 1950, right? Ladies and gentlemen, that is an average of 13 years after giving up over almost 60 years of your life. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I know a lot of retirees that come to me each and every year to prepare their taxes for the Social Security that they get. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, when you follow that system, the truth is you never get out of the rat race. See, they have less deductions now than they had when they actually had a family and working their job and paying into this system. Wow. Guys, look, I'm almost ready to shut this down, okay? But I want to let you know some good news. Having a job isn't all bad, but depending solely on a job is high risk. Look at all the employees that were laid off because of this pandemic, okay? But your job could truly fund your financial freedom with the right information. A job is one of the best ways to generate money. I'm not talking about overtime, to help you create additional cash flow. See, ladies and gentlemen, what you're going to learn is that if you're only working a job, you're on the wrong side of the tax code. If you could take the money that you're currently losing out of your paycheck every year in the form of income taxes and put that money back into your income bucket, ladies and gentlemen, you'll generate more cash flow. And more importantly, you will eliminate debt. And that's what we're here to talk about. And so how to start a home-based business. More importantly, I want to start with this one. First things first, what is a home-based business? I can't tell you the countless of people that I talk to on a daily basis that think that a home-based business or a business is some building sitting on a corner. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you the definition of a business directly from my friends over at the IRS. And the IRS says, and I quote, trade or business. A trade or business is generally an activity carried on to make a profit. The facts and circumstances of each case determines whether or not an activity is a trade or business. You do not need to actually make a profit to be in a trade or business as long as you have a profit motive. Now, you do need to make ongoing efforts to further the interests of your business. Okay, Mark, so what is a business? Well, the IRS said a business is an activity, not a thing. And you must maintain a profit motive. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this presentation, I assure that you're looking for an opportunity to make more money. And for those of you who say, yeah, but do I get to get all of those amazing tax write-offs if I don't make any money? The IRS answered that question and said, and I quote again, you do not need to actually make a profit to be in a trade or business as long as you have a profit motive. Hint, hint, is why Amazon made $11.2 billion in 2019 and paid zero taxes. See, why not having a home-based business is like gambling with your financial future? Well, let's talk about it. The fastest way to increase your income is to reduce your taxes and debt. The fastest way to reduce your taxes and debt, you got it, is having a legitimate home-based business because it doesn't cost you guys any more money than you're already spending. Let me say that again. It doesn't cost you any more money than you're already spending, unlike a brick and mortar business. You see, one of the best businesses to have is a home-based business for the reason that I just stated. Ladies and gentlemen, you get to write off things that you're already paying for. We'll talk about that here in a moment, okay? But it offers you $1 million opportunity without the $1 million price tag or risk, and it offers you residual income. And in my case, guys, the very best product to have in a home-based business is an asset that grows in value over time opposed to lotions and potions with an expiration date. And so let's continue to talk about some of the rewards of starting a home-based business. I keep telling you, major income tax deductions that you get now, today, not at tax filing times. Unlimited income potential, unlike your job. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no cap on your income. How about this one? Residual income opposed to what's called linear income. See, residual income comes in day after day, month after month, whether or not you get up and do any work at all because you already did the work in the past. Okay, linear income is when you have to show up on Monday morning to get paid. If you don't show up on Tuesday, you don't get paid. And I love this one right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is about leaving a legacy for your children. I wish my parents had known this information. Your business is willable to your children or your wife or anyone that you love that you want to leave the legacy and the income that you generated. See, I have an amazing job and it has an amazing income, but I can't will it to my son. I can't will it to my wife. When God calls me home, the job is done. Wow. And so I always get this question, well, how much money can I really save in taxes that I'm losing by operating a home-based business? Okay, well, what are some of the tax benefits? Let's talk about them. These are directly from the IRS. The business use of your home. I'm currently recording this information from my home. Ladies and gentlemen, 20% of my lights, my water, my gas, my internet, yes, and even my homeowner insurance is tax deductible over beyond, ladies and gentlemen, any other deductions. The business use of my car. In fact, I call my car my AKA mobile ATM machine because every time I get behind the wheel of that vehicle to drive to work, I got to pay taxes and I got to pay for the gas. But every time I get behind the wheel of that vehicle to build my business or share the information, the IRS rewards me with 57 cents per mile. Doesn't sound like a lot? Well, just my vehicle alone last year, I saved $17,000 in income taxes. I'll let that one marinate for a moment. Now I'm not going to read this entire list, ladies and gentlemen. How about this one? Employee paid, retirement plans, rent expenses, interest, and watch this one. Remember Donald Trump? Taxes. You can deduct various federal, state, local, and foreign taxes directly attributable to your trade or business as a business expense. Pause the video and read it for yourself. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is from publication 334, and you can find that at www.irs.gov. Are you guys excited? All right, so let's talk about this. Not having a home-based business, you got to admit, is like literally burning your money. I mean, opening up your barbecue pit and throwing your money in it and setting it on fire, because you're already doing the work. You're already showing up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Some of you are working 7 days a week, and you're losing up to 37% of your income because the school system never taught you about this amazing opportunity. See, residual income is that income that when you're laying on your bed, you're laying on your sick bed, you don't have to stress about how you're going to take care of your family. I like to put it this way. If you truly understood residual income, you would run through a brick wall to get it. I guarantee you. And so imagine having the perfect product, and it's never been sold or marketed before in a network marketing company. It has a perfect compensation plan that allows you to help other people, opposed to you getting rich by yourself. Man, I love the fact in this particular opportunity that I can't get wealthy by myself. It is a team sport. I have to help others get what they want in order for me to get what I want. It offers immediate income, money you get now that you can spend to pay your bills and fund your business. But ladies and gentlemen, residual income, this is money you get for the work that you did in the past that comes in month after month after month, even when you're not working. Wow. And so what if the product was an asset such as silver and gold? And what if that product could be a 50% to 100% tax deduction on all of your income, even the W-2 wages that you earn on your job, on all of your gold and silver each month? And if that wasn't enough, what if you learned this information directly from the IRS? See, because I know some of you said, that sounds too good to be true. And some of you are saying, well, my CPA said this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I always say, I like to get the information from the horse's mouth or the people that I got to have a conversation with. And so, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, here's another question. What if you could have money chasing you opposed to you always having to chase money? Well, the wealthy understands to create wealth, you must have a system. And we have a system, ladies and gentlemen, that are giving people the opportunity to truly create financial freedom. And we want to start you off with what we call the fast start to creating wealth. Legally reducing your taxes starting today. Creating additional cash flow without getting a second job and or working overtime, and your boss does not get a vote. I'm talking about literally being able to walk into your job, go into your payroll department, and give yourself an instant pay raise and sleep at night because you now know what you know and you got it from the horse's mouth. How about this one? Amassing assets, not liabilities, like silver and gold. And then, ladies and gentlemen, joining us and being a part of a winning team that is helping other people win. And so if you would like to learn more information, follow the information down below, guys. If you're serious about creating financial freedom today, email support@the Academy of Financial Education with your first name and last name and your telephone number. And in the subject, type info. But if you're really serious about changing your life, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and text me at 310 919-7772 with the same information, first name, last name, and type in the subject info, and your life is about to change. If you guys notice, we do not provide links to register or sign up for anything, because for the first time out of 15 years in this great industry, I have finally found an opportunity where I can be rewarded for truly helping my team, even by giving my team people, opposed to me having to sign them up directly. That's going to hit someone that says, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know anyone. I don't like talking to anyone. Ladies and gentlemen, there's never been a better opportunity than to plug into this winning system and this winning team. And so again, with that being said, my name is Mark Pyers, home-based business tax coach and wealth coach, CEO and founder, along with my beautiful wife and business partner, Mrs. Lavita Pyers. I want to thank you for your time and attention. And more importantly, I look forward to seeing you, my friend, not at the top. I look forward to seeing you over the top of financial freedom, the current system of debt, off the plantation of taxation, and non-dependent on the plantation of big corporation. We'll see you guys on the informed side.